Right, rmx250 build part 1. What are we doing today? Well, run around to here. I should have done a part 1 before this. This should be part 2. But I was too lazy and I got a bit ahead of myself. So the top end's already torn down, plastics are off, subframe's off. I'm just going to have a look at a few things. This, start here. Very rusty. Rusty, rub marks. It's got a few dents, so I plan for this. I'm just going to sandblast it, recoat it black. Got a new frame. That's going to be the frame that I'm going to powder coat and then transfer all the stuff over. I have to check it over and make sure all the threads and stuff aren't stripped out. The fact that it's got zip ties on it doesn't fill me with confidence. The reason I bought another frame is because I want to get this beast on the road. But this bike had a bit of a shady past. I'll show you. See this? Look. Tag. See this? No tag. See no kill switch? Stolen? Most probably. So, my plan is to put all that on this. It's got all your numbers and things, approved for road use. Letters, and a stationary noise test information sticker. So I basically just bolt it all on, put blinkies and things on it, and then we're ready to go. Other things that I need to replace are things like the plastics. This one's being cut down, on the other side is scuff marks, so, you know, looped out at some point. Scuffy, stained with things. See these have been painted at some point. I think they were white. They're not now. And that's that for that. You know, there's enough of that. Don't pay attention to that other bike. You don't get to see that till I reach 100 subs. So just avert your eyes. Alright, so get this out of the way. You may notice over here I have some new parts. This is the old piston. It probably had over 100 hours on it. I never replaced it since I got it. So the shop thinks that this is the original piston. Pretty baked, really. It's got scratches all over it. It's got bakey heatness. So, that out of the way. The old bearing. Sounds like a maraca. So we don't want to use that. Bought a new bearing, but this bearing was $27. 27. So over here we got a nice Wiseco forged goodness. Oh, got the piston and the wrist pin and the circlips and the piston rings, the whole shebang. So that's all going to go on the top, make it nice and fresh, flesh. Took this into the shop, got them to clean it, clean the power valves in here, take them out, put them back in, of course. So all that's fine now. They got out the deep scratches, so it's just like kind of scuffs, I suppose. Now not really too bad. I'll bore it out and replate it on the next rebuild, but that's all good now. So top end sorted. Now we've got to get this out of the shop, out of the bike, and then take it into the shop and they'll work their voodoo magic on it and get it running real nice. Alright, first things first, this needs to come off there. So I'm gonna undo these, slide these round so there's no tension, and then we'll just shuffle this forward a bit, shuffle the back wheel all over here, then we'll take this off. That's step 1. Right, the slide mobiles, snail mobiles are nice and loose as a goose, so I can move this now nice and loose, and then you're going to take it off that front sprocket and should be good to get onto the engine mounts after that. Alright, she's off, she's away. I think I'll get rid of that carb now. Get that off. So a few rides ago, probably like 5, 6, 7, I don't know, I realised my carb was leaking and I was like, ooh, why is it leaking? Found out Mr. Gasket was gone. I don't know how scunge got up there, if that was the gasket that's leaking, but anyway, I went into the shop. I said, hey, can I have a gasket for my carb? And they said, ooh, let's just have a look. You know what they said? You know what they said to me? No. No, you can't. You can't have another carb. You know why? Because Suzuki doesn't make a carb kit for this. Carb sucked anyway. So I bought a new one. Bought a new 38mm PWK Airstriker carb from the great land of eBay. And so hopefully that'll be getting here in the next few weeks, along with a nice set of, what's it called? Voice and power reads. More power. That's what we need. More than 40. This comes with 40 horsepower from the factory. We want hundreds, thousands of ponies. I've just learned something. You know what I learned? Radiator hoses are dicks. You know why? Because you loosen these off and like, won't come off. That side won't come off either. Those bolts won't come out. So I'm going to take the whole radiator off. Yeah, that sounds like a plan. Alright, what a mission. Radiators are finally off. Now I can get right into it and just whack out the engine bolts and she's out. Yes. Right, so the engine is out of the frame, the top end's off. Ready to take that into the shop. Ready to strip all this down, service suspension, new bearings, bushes, everything. Get that frame powder coated, put that engine in the frame, and then build the rest around it. And then we should be good to go.